One of the core values of the board is to provide members with choices. We do that by continually surveying the landscape. And as soon as you think you have something kind of squared away and we're on it, another thing pops up, and it's like this game of whack-a-mole where you're always trying to find the new mole and get him back in his hole there. VEBA currently is facing really three main challenges that we're focused on. One of them is prescriptions and prescription drugs. And the second thing that we're working on certainly is the Cadillac tax and legislation. And then focusing on the highest quality care, but also trying to drive down costs to keep our healthcare dollars as viable as possible.
My question is, who's watching the store?
Erythromycin, which is an antibiotic, has gone up 185%, and Emitrix, which is a headache drug, has gone up 333%. Just because.
There is a drug called Sovaldi, and it's a hepatitis C drug that's going to cost you about $86,000. If you went to the UK, you could get the same prescription for $56,000, and if you manage to get to Egypt, you can get that puppy for $900. It's outrageous.
Maintenance drugs are going sky high. There are many average medications that people take, such as insulin and psychotherapeutic drugs, have gone up 15 to 25%. The prices are skyrocketing.
VEBA audits our drug utilization to make sure that we're not only keeping track of what's spent, but are there other alternatives that will help our membership just as much?
We can do things with our formulary that allows our members to have choices and still get the things that they need at a reasonable cost.
After researching why Vimovo and Duexis, essentially antacids with pain relievers, are so expensive, costing more than $1,000 a month, VEBA is removing them from coverage and replacing them with a two-step process: antacid followed by pain reliever. By taking this minor step, we will reduce costs from $1,000 down to $9 a month.
VEBA's board members work tirelessly to reduce the cost of pharmaceuticals for our members by creating partnerships and researching all options.
Some of the roadblocks that we run into have to do with transparency. We're a large employer, we represent a lot of members, and we are unable to see the contract between the providers and the carriers. So
you wouldn't buy a car without knowing what its cost was. Why would you do that with healthcare?
VEBA is working hard, I think, on behalf of its members, and I think all people who get health insurance, to change the rules that will allow purchasers to be in that mix, in that conversation between the carriers and the providers. That sense of transparency and that sense of openness about the cost of healthcare will, as they say, will rise all the boats up.
In 2018, the Affordable Care Act provision, the Cadillac tax, will come into play. This will potentially have a negative effect for our VEBA members when it comes to increased costs.
VEBA is working with Washington to try to repeal the Cadillac tax. In the meantime, we're working with all the districts and making sure they understand the fiscal impact that this tax will have on their budgets.
VEBA is also working in creating different plan designs for our members so we can create the most cost-effective and quality-driven plans for our members.
Healthcare systems don't offer our members any incentives for being proactive in their own healthcare.
Our healthcare system is focused on treating disease.
VEBA spends nearly $180 million each year on diseases that are either preventable or could be managed more effectively.
A lot of our chronic conditions which drive up costs are there because folks aren't making the right choices in their lives. It's not certainly just taking a pill, but really healthy lifestyle, exercise, and things like that.
VEBA is working on a game-changing initiative which will empower our members to be responsible for their own healthcare.
VEBA is cutting edge and leading the charge in managing healthcare costs.
VEBA is partnering with health systems such as Sharp Reese Daily and Memorial Care on members' behalf to make healthcare pricing more favorable and close the gap between healthcare quality.
One of the greatest advantages of VEBA membership is that labor and management work tirelessly together to anticipate issues that might pop up and affect our members. In the end, it makes healthcare better for everyone.